Hi, Jacqueline Foster here. So excited to be back to continue to share my life journeys with you. And today we're going to talk about a topic that we're all very familiar with, but I believe that a lot of times we get stuck with it. And this is this concept of letting go. And today we're going to use some bananas as examples to help us through. So I want you to imagine that we have, well, you don't even have to imagine, you can see it. I've got two bananas in my hand. But I want to create space for something else. There's a nice shiny apple over there. I want that apple. Okay, so what do we normally do, when we have something in our hands and, we see something else that we want, there's something in our experience we're holding on to. A lot of times I've found that what happens is either I or someone in my experience is telling me, why don't you just let it go? Why don't you just put it down? Why don't you just move on? And I find what happens is a lot of times I want to hold on tighter, or if I let it go, they're right in front of me, and I'm like, I want to pick it up. I don't want to let them go. They're right there. Why? And I end up creating more of an internal chaos and struggle. So what we want to do is we want to be able to put the bananas down and actually transform them so they're not even there anymore. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, so imagine that I have my bananas and I'm holding on to them, but I'm wanting to create space for something else. I want to do something else with my hands. I want to create more space and possibility for something else. Okay, so what I could do with these bananas is I could decide to peel them and eat them. I could decide to make a banana bread with them. I could decide to write a letter to the banana, thanking it for how it nourishes me, but let it know that I don't need it anymore, that I'm ready to move on from the banana and I would like to now have my red shiny apples. But you'll notice that as I go through that action of either peeling the banana, of making banana bread with it, I'm emptying my hands and I'm using them to do something, and that creates more space. It allows me to take a step forward. And you could even do something, just using the banana example one more, you could do something fun like dress up the banana and make it into a banana man or a banana woman, and then go take it outside and smash it or take it for a walk. You see, there's so many things you can do, and not only does it help you get the bananas out of your hands, but it helps you to actually do something creative and fun with it that changes the energy around it. Okay, so you can see there's a big shift from having another homework assignment that you have to do, of letting something go, but knowing that it's right there, and really taking what's there and saying, oh, what could I do with this? How could I transform this? And being curious and being creative in the process. Okay, so how do we do this in our own life, right? This is nice because we can see it symbolically, but you might be thinking, okay, but I'm working with anger, I'm working with resentment, I'm working with sadness. I want to let this person out of my life and I don't know how. Okay, this is where finding your own symbolism is so important, and still doing something that's physical to allow you to transform that energy that you're feeling. Okay, there are so many ways to do this, so I'd like to give you 3 examples and have you, try whichever one resonates with you. One of those is to physically write a release letter. I mentioned this when I was saying with the banana, dear banana, thank you for nourishing me every morning, but I'm getting kind of tired of you and you don't taste as good as you used to, and I'm ready to let you go. So you can do this with anything. You can do this with a person, an experience, an emotion, but it allows you, when you write that release letter down, dear to whoever, to whatever, and just allow yourself to kind of write what you're feeling out on the page. And then, at the end of it, just say something, writing something like, I bless you and I release you and I'm ready to move on. And a cool thing to do with a release letter as well is to either burn it or to flush it down the toilet. Again, to do something symbolic, to say, okay, I'm letting you go. So I highly recommend a release letter. I've had a lot of success with that. The other idea is letting go of something physical. Again, when it's an emotion or feeling that goes on in our body or in our minds, I think it can be a lot trickier, and we try to we try to be logical and think our way into letting go. But when we can actually put it into a physical motion and make it symbolic, it shifts. So finding something in your house, in your experience, something that allows you to physically let go of something, whether it be a piece of clothing that reminds you of, the sad experiences that you had, or whether it be, I don't know, a piece of jewelry or something that, you're ready to say, okay, you know what, I think I'm, want to hand this on to someone else who might be able to value it in a different way, and that I'm ready to let it go from my experience. So letting something physical go in your experience, and doing it with the intention of saying, you know what, to this anger, to this sadness, to this person, with giving this to another person, I'm releasing it, I'm letting it go. And the third, which is one of my favorites, well, they're all my favorites. I love all three of these examples. But one idea is also to do something physical in the sense of movement of your body, whether it be dancing, drawing, painting, something like that. And doing it, and as you do it, ask yourself, what would letting go look like for me physically? If you're drawing a picture, can you draw a picture of what letting go looks like? If you're dancing, what movement of your body would symbolically mean letting go? And the cool thing is that it's all going to be different for everybody, and there's always insight to be found in the way that we move. And so I highly recommend that as well, especially if you are someone who really enjoys movement and incorporates working out, exercise, or art, creative expression. There are a lot of ways to do this, and I highly encourage you to use your art as a way of transforming the things that you would like to let go, and allow them a space, express them, so that you can move on and create more of what you want in your life. So I hope this has been helpful. I really look forward to sharing more nuggets with you in the future, and thank you so much for sharing. I look forward to seeing your journey as you expand into and owning your power and your greatness. Thanks so much.